Hey everybody, I'm Rob from Wicked Prepared, and today we're going to be building a stove. Right here, believe it or not, a rocket stove. We focus a lot on making sure we keep stocked up on extra food. Canned goods, frozen food, freeze-dried food, anything that we can keep on hand that's extra, we figure we'll have to use in case there's an emergency. That could be power outage, ice storm, snowstorm, flooding, fires, or of course SHTF. But even with all that food stocked up, most of it you're still going to need a way to cook it. You're going to at least need hot water or boiling water. What we realized here is that if we lose electricity, we really don't have a good way to cook food. We do have a propane grill, and I try to keep an extra propane tank on hand, but it's only going to last so long. And we have an electric stove, microwave. If we lose electricity, we're eating cold food. And with 3 relatively young kids at home, that's not going to fly. So in doing some research, I discovered this thing called a rocket stove. And what I like about it is it's cheap. You don't need a lot of materials. You can build it by hand. It doesn't necessarily need to be permanent, but you can make one, and I would like to make one that's permanent at some point. But what's ideal about this one is you can take it apart, and I actually have it, all the materials fit into 2 milk crates, and we could move it with us. We could take it in the car if we needed to. We can throw it on a hand truck and wheel it down to the backyard like I have now. We can throw it on the hand truck and wheel it down the road if we absolutely had to. It's somewhat portable. I've read a few blog articles about it and watched a couple videos of people building rocket stoves, and it's pretty simple, but it's something that we've wanted to do for quite a while. So today's a beautiful day out, and I was going to just put it together, see how it worked, and Jara said, well, why don't you make a video? Why don't you just take the phone, tripod, just make a quick video. I've got everything we need. Let's get started. So first things first, I went ahead and built this base. It's just 2 cinder blocks and 1 paver on top. You don't necessarily need the base, but it is good to keep it up off the ground, away from sticks, grass, up out of the water if it rains. Plus, where I'm 6'4", it does pick it up a little bit off the ground for me, so that makes it a little bit easier. These are the bricks I'm going to be using to build our rocket stove. They're just cement bricks, the same as a cinder block. If you're going to be looking to make something that's more permanent, that you're not looking to take apart and move in a couple milk crates, then I'd suggest going with fire bricks, mortar, something that can withstand high temperatures for a long amount of time. This will work fine for what we need it for, kind of just in an emergency. It's not like we're going to be using it every day. And contrary to popular belief, these won't explode when they're exposed to the kind of temperatures that we'll have in this rocket stove. So they may crack over time, but they certainly won't just explode. So now that we've got our base, we need to take one of these bricks and cut it in half. You could use a saw. There are some blades that cut through cement, or a chisel. I'm just going to use the tapered end of this pry bar, just score it on both sides, and it'll split right apart. So now it's just about placing these bricks and putting them in the right order, and that's how we'll put together our rocket stove. So what you end up with is this hole being where the air gets in through to the stove, and this hole will be where you put the wood to get into the middle where the fire is. So altogether that's 25 bricks, including the one that we cut in half, one here to support the wood. This one here you can partially block the air intake, which helps to decrease the flame if needed. And then when you are ready to kill the fire, you can block it off completely to help put the fire out. And this here is just a grate that we had off an old propane grill that we had, off a side burner actually. So just put that right on top. It gives a little bit of space underneath the pot or the kettle or whatever you have on top. I did have this one extra paver, so I went ahead and put it right in front of the base. That way it gives a little area to work. Plus, if any sticks should happen to be partially on fire, and if they did fall out or blow out, then they'd hopefully land on this instead of you or the ground. The best part about the rocket stove is the type of wood that you can burn in it. Most times with a campfire, you're looking for logs that you can cut, split, and chop them up into kindling. With this rocket stove, all we need is twigs. This is just a handful of dead branches that I found over in the bushes. I just broke them over my knee into small little twigs. And this is all we'll need to get a really decent fire going. Definitely hot enough to boil water. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get this fired up. This is just some dead grass that was laying over there. Just going to take some of this, put it right in the air chamber here. Take some of the smaller sticks and feed them right in the front. And don't worry if they stick out a little bit as they burn, we can push those all in. Go ahead and put some of this right down. Now we'll go ahead and light it. If you've watched any of our videos before, you'll recognize that noise. It's non-stop. I did get a pot with some water in it, just to time how long it takes to get it to a boil. So we've got just a couple inches of water in there. The rocket stove also does a good job of protecting the flame from the wind, and also if it's raining, it stays a lot drier. You know how a watched pot is. We're about 10 minutes in and we've got a good boil going. Now obviously you might use a little more water, but I'm pretty happy with that. Well, there you have it. That's how you build a rocket stove. It's just a really great solution for cooking. If you've got no gas, no electricity, it's a great backup plan. Easy to build, it's inexpensive. This one's portable. Like I said, you can make one that's more permanent. But this one here, you could take it down, transport it, put it back together. Great for emergencies. Just all around a good tool. Well, I really do hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun making it. I had fun building that rocket stove. That was pretty cool. And Jara and the kids thought it was pretty awesome too. So now we're excited to try cooking on it, and we will be doing some videos of cooking some meals on top of the rocket stove. So that's pretty exciting. So if you did enjoy this video, give us a thumbs up. It really helps us out, helps spread the word. And if you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Now hopefully you can go out there and build your very own rocket stove. That's my hope. So I'm Rob for Wicked Prepared. Survive today, thrive tomorrow. We'll see you. You're gonna make this difficult, aren't you? See this right here? This is what I gotta put up with. Say bye-bye.